Hello, doers, and welcome to this point of sale tutorial. If you run a restaurant, managing table reservations can be challenging, as you need to ensure that you have enough tables for the number of bookings. Fortunately, Odoo simplifies this process. So from appointment scheduling to online bookings, the point of sale application offers everything. I'll show you how to enable and configure the booking setting in Odoo, and then we will see together how to handle a customer's reservation. If you're ready, we'll go ahead and dive right into it. All right, so we'll start today by accessing our point of sale and then configuration and settings. Then we will scroll down to POS interface section and we will enable the booking option right here. And I will save that right away. And to continue with this, let me just scroll down a little bit again, and I will need to create my appointment type. So doing this automatically installed the appointments application in our database. And what we will need to do is create and edit an appointment type. So let's call it reservations right here. And I will click on create and edit. Perfect. And you can see that this popped up a window with me with the appointment type form right now. So let's go through the options here. The duration field specifies how long a table will be in use for maximum. So it's basically the time slots for our bookings. Now, 1 hour is a little bit short for a full meal in a restaurant. So let's put it on 1 hour and 30 minutes. Now, the location is obviously your restaurant in this case. So I will choose a restaurant from the drop down here. And by default, this also shows the video link field, which is something that defines the type of video call link featured in booking confirmation email. Now, this is something that, of course, in the case of restaurant is not very useful. So I will just remove everything from here, of course, and you can see that it just keeps my location, which makes sense. But keep in mind that, of course, the booking application is also used for other types of appointments, not just for point of sale and not just for restaurants. So that's why we have all of those options. So next up, I could suggest that my customers book appointments with a user or with a resource. So if, again, I was running a different type of point of sale or a different business altogether, something like a beauty shop, for example, then I could keep it on users and then the customers would be able to select from my different beauticians. But I'm running a restaurant, so I'll select resources right here. And I will add all of my tables. I could choose them one by one, but I will click on search more right here. And I will just select all of my tables right here and select. Now we can see that this has been done really quickly, which is great. Another thing that I could do is I could define how my resources are assigned. So if I select automatically, then the system will automatically choose a table based on the number of customers that are making the reservation. If I select by visitor, then the customers could select by based on their number, like they could choose a table themselves. But if I then decide whether they should select the date or resources first. So let me keep this on automatically. And let me also choose the manage capacities option here, which tells the system to allow for selecting the exact number of seats that I have, which in my case is 80, because that's the total of the seats that I have in my restaurant. So I'll do manage capacities, and actually I'll do already summed everything up for me. I have 81 seats in my restaurant. So next up, I have some tabs in order to manage my reservation appointment type further. So here I have my availabilities, which are linked to my restaurant schedule. I will leave them as they are in this case, but of course you could change them if you wanted to. Here, next up, I have questions. So this is something that I could ask my customers prior to the reservation. For example, I could ask them, by default, it's prompting them to select their phone number. But I could also choose something more restaurant specific. I could ask, for example, about any allergies or other restrictions. Another thing that I could do is I could go to the communication tab right here. And here I could also display some messages to my customers prior to reservation. For example, how to get to the restaurant or some details about parking and so on. Another thing that I could do here is I could go into my options. And here I really have plenty to choose from. I have such options as determining the booking periods. For example, I could allow booking only upwards of 2 weeks or maybe a month, something like this. I also have other options like upfront payment, pictures, and so on. This is really detailed. If you would like to explore the appointments a little bit more, you can check out our documentation as well as our tutorials. For now, we're just going to move on. And one more thing that I would like to show you about this appointment type here is I can share it. So if I click on the share icon here, I can decide to copy this link and close, of course, and then I could paste this link somewhere else. For example, this is particularly useful if I don't have a specific restaurant website for my restaurant. I could publish this on my social media, on Facebook or other resources, wherever I like. So that's really useful. And that's it for the initial configuration. I will save this in my settings. I will save again. There's one more thing that I would like to show you concerning the appointment types. So this is something that will be useful for you in case you have more customers coming over than the maximum number of seats that you have by your tables. Let me show you. In order to configure this, we will actually go into detail of my appointment type. So I will just click on the little arrow here. And I will click on my resources. So Odoo offers me a way to merge tables together. It will be a little bit easier for you to understand if I order my tables by capacity. So you see here, the largest tables that I offer in my restaurants can seat 6 people. But imagine I had a group of 12 customers coming over for a birthday or something. In order to make my system ready for this, I would just go into one of my tables and I could link it to another table. It seems that I have done this before and I forgot about it, but it is done. Let me show you again. Like I could click on linked resources here. I could search for other tables. Again, I could order them by capacity. And I could say that, okay, if I need to be able to seat 12 people at one table, I just select this here, select again. It's linked here. I could save, and that way it would be much easier for my customers to book a large table for their purposes. Let me go back into this. And now next up, what we're going to do is we're going to see a reservation in action. So let me just configure that off screen and we'll see it together in a minute. So that was it for the configuration part. And I hear that I already had some reservations coming into my system. So let's explore how to manage those reservations directly from the point of sale. When I open my register in my restaurant, I can see from the get-go that I have some tables booked. It's displayed directly on my floor plan. So if I wanted to know more details about this reservation right here, for example, I just click on it and I can see all of the details. And if I need to, I can even edit the reservation. Another thing that I could do is I could see an overview of all of my reservations by clicking the booking menu right here. And as you can see here, again, I have all of my bookings information available. I can also create new bookings from here. Imagine if the customer just calls or comes over, I can just do it right here. And if I want to see more details or edit an existing booking, as I did earlier, I just click on it. To access more details, I can click on edit. And again, I can change anything that I would like. And if the customer arrives, what I can do to have a little bit more clarity and everything, I can simply click on the booking again and just select check-in right here. This will automatically move my booking to the checked-in column right here. Then with this other booking right here, I could say that my customer unfortunately did not show up. So if I just click on this, again, it will automatically move my reservation to the no-show column right here. Keep in mind that another thing that you can do is you can simply drag and drop any booking into any column if you would like. Perfect. So now we've seen together how to set up an online appointment system for our customers, and we've done it together. Hopefully this was easy for you. And I also hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you for watching.